Hey guys, this afternoon to follow the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Team captain forward number 13, Sebastian Gonzalez. In goal, number 21, Franklin Robinson. Defender number 4, Tarek Morel. Defender number 20, Caleb Richards. Defender number 44, Pape Diakate. Midfielder number 7, Jan Pekra. Midfielder number 8, Sam Steinberger. Midfielder number 11, Gio Fernandez. Midfielder number 14, Malik Johnson. Midfielder number 18, Dominic Oturo. And forward number 17, Juan Tejada. Tampa Bay is coached by Neil Collins. And now it's time to do the starting lineup for your home team, the Swope Rangers. Team defender number 16, Rams Smith. In goal, number 18, Eric Dick. Defender number 43, Max Burns. Defender number 48, Number 92, Alex Hunter. Midfielder number 98, Malik Johnson. Midfielder number 75, Juan Crusade. Midfielder number 95, Swope. Forward number 49.
It's a spectacular soccer Sunday all around the world, so of course we've got action in the soccer capital at Children's Mercy Park. The top team in the USL Championship, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, hit the road where they'll take on a Swope Park Rangers team coming off a huge win over their rivals, St. Louis FC. It's Tampa Bay and the Swope Park Rangers next. Good afternoon and welcome to Children's Mercy Park. Thank you for joining us for some super Sunday soccer action as the Swope Park Rangers host the Tampa Bay Rowdies alongside Doug McClagan. I am Carter Augustine. There's a lot of soccer going on here today, Doug. An interesting one in the conference of the USL.
Yeah, this is the best in the USL Championship. Actually, they've got the most points overall in the championship. They are the best, and it should be a cracker today.
Let's take a look at a couple of key players for each of these sides. We'll start with the visitors, Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they've got a young defender, Caleb Richards, who has been on absolute fire this year.
Yeah, he's been voted the Player of the Year in the USL Championship. He's on loan from Norwich City, who are the new members of the English Premier League for the year 2019 and 2020.
Young Player of the Year at the mid-season. See him lining up in for the Rowdies, and there's a young for the Swope Park Rangers who has had a fantastic season, Alexander at left back.
Yeah, he's been fabulous all year. He's very skillful, very quick to get involved in the offense. And when he does create a lot of opportunities for the Swope Park Rangers.
See if he can get to his creative ways again here today, as he will be alongside the back line. We'll see who fills out the rest of the starting lineups, and we'll have kickoff for you coming up here soon, as the Swope Park Rangers are getting set to host the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas, on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon. Swope Park Rangers getting ready to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups for each team, starting with the away side. And two changes for head coach Neil Collins from their 2-1 late victory against the Ottawa Fury last Saturday. In comes Macklin Robinson at goalkeeper for his first appearance of the season, as he replaces John McCarthy. And also coming in, Malik Johnson comes in for David Najem. Tampa Bay Rowdies with one of the most stout defenses in the league. How will the Swope Park Rangers try and break them down? Head coach Paulo Nagamura making two changes as well from Swope Park Rangers' 2-1 victory over St. Louis last Sunday. In come Eric Dick and Rasenbeck Akhmatov. Out goes John Poolskamp in goal. And a big loss for the Swope Park Rangers. Felipe Hernandez, their leading goal scorer on the season, out thanks to that red card he received in the game against St. Louis FC. There is Paulo Nagamura coming off Swope Park Rangers' second win of the season in that 2-1 victory over St. Louis last Sunday. Try and use that momentum moving forward as well. Neil Collins, in his second season with Tampa Bay. What a season they are having. 36 points. Good for first in the East, as well as the top record in all of the USL Championship. Well, with all of the soccer going on today, the U.S. women winning their back-to-back championship this morning for their fourth star on the crest. First team ever to defend their World Cup title for the women. Got Brazil, Peru in the Copa America final happening. Got USA, Mexico later on this evening. It is a wonderful day of soccer, and we've got A really fascinating clash for you in the USL Eastern Conference. Top of the conference, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Swope Park Rangers near the bottom, trying to fight their way up the table. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas City, Kansas. The referees had to change their shirts from wearing yellow, switch to the red, and we are ready to go here at Children's Mercy Park. Ref blows his whistle, and we are underway. Swope Park Rangers will start with the ball going from left to right. Wearing a home kit, the dark blue with orange trim. And Tampa Bay Rowdies in fluorescent yellow. So we'll go from right to left, and here they are immediately getting involved in the attacking third, and off a Swope Park Ranger out of bounds. There's our man in the middle, Mark Allerton. Had to change into that red strip to avoid the clash with the yellow for the visitors, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And they have a corner here early on. Two players coming over to address this corner kick. Here the referee barking some instructions. It's taken short to Leo Fernandez. He will work it back, and it's curled towards the back post, but over the heads of everyone. Again, I'm Carter Augustine, joined by Doug McClagan. And Doug, what are you looking for in this game from the Swope Park Rangers as they take on, at the halfway point, the best team in the USL Championship?
Well, it's going to be a little similar to last week, where hopefully the Swope Park Rangers can get that lead, but they're going to have to hold on defensively today. Tampa Bay Rowdies are going to create opportunities. They're going to possess the ball, and it's going to take a lot of good defensive work by the Swope Park Rangers team today.
There's some good work on the left-hand side from Leo Fernandez as he's charging forward from his left wing-back position and earns a foul high up the pitch for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Officially wearing Volt, I am told, is the color for the jersey here today, Doug.
I wasn't quite sure what you actually call that, but it is very, very bright. So we won't be missing anything they're doing today, that's for sure.
Quite bright on this sunny day in Kansas City, Kansas. 86 degrees at the start of this game, and off of the foul drawn by Leo Fernandez, the Rowdies will have a set piece in a good position. Zach Steinberger and Fernandez standing over this one. It's Steinberger curling towards the back post and over the head of everyone and out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, just a little bit too deep there on the feed. Cleared all the runners coming into the box. And that's something that the Rangers are going to have to watch today. Straight away there, the high pressure is something they're going to have to watch too.
Eric Dick calmly in his own 6-yard box, but then it goes off the feet of Kave Rad and immediately taken on a quick throw. Rowdies trying to get into the penalty area. That cross blocked away by Mark Segbers. Tampa Bay still have it as they have started very much on the front foot in the opening 3 minutes here. The visitors, ball over towards the left-hand side. Caleb Richards, part of this 3-5-2 formation for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and really solid defensively, the Rowdies. Tough to break down, only 10 goals allowed. There's a bad giveaway, and it's tucked into some space as Manico Decker trying to get on the end of that one, but it trickles all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm not a brilliant mathematician, but 10 goals in 17 games. That means they don't give a goal away per game, so it's really going to be tough here for Swope Park Rangers. First of all, to create opportunities, and then secondly, get that ball in the back of the net.
That 10 goals allowed is tied for the best defense in the entire conference, alongside Indy 11. And they're led by that man. We previewed him in the pregame. Caleb Richards, voted this week on USL Soccer's social media as the top young player of the year at the midseason point. He has come in and been fantastic for the Rowdies. Played all but 2 minutes all season long, making his 18th start here for Tampa Bay. Here he is again on loan from Norwich City. Could perhaps be seeing him return to the Canaries as they make their way back into the Premier League. This one looked like a good pass over to the right-hand side, but just bounces beyond Will Little and out of play.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, big diagonal ball to find Little. Unfortunately, it looked like it skipped off the surface. Just flew a little bit over his head for a throw in here, with Richards to take it.
Rad steps up, and much to Powell Nagamura's agreement, right in front of the bench. It's a deflection off of Tejada. It'll be out of play for a Rangers throw here. Mark Segbers. Alak. Rad back to Graham Smith, who maintains his spot in the squad despite being on the bench for yesterday's Sporting Kansas City win here at Children's Mercy Park against the Chicago Fire. Couldn't see any action, so he's able and fit to take the captain's armband here today for the Swope Park Rangers. One of 3 players on loan from Sporting Kansas City to the Rangers in the starting 11 here today.
At least he's coming from Kansas City today. Last week he came all the way from Real Salt Lake, got back on the Sunday and played about 4 hours later. So I'm sure this one will be a lot easier.
Ian Kuzain straight off the plane into the lineup last week. What a weekend that was for the Swope Park Rangers, picking up their 2nd win of the season, and against rivals St. Louis FC as well. There's a pass left short by Richards. Little trying to dribble around him, and it's a good tackle. Richards regains possession. Withstands a couple hefty challenges there from Little as well. And the Rowdies can move forward over to the right-hand side. Good ball inside for Guenzati.
That's what Swope Park Rangers can have some problems with. Little just had problems there. That Tampa Bay's keep the ball so much, so when Swope wins the ball, they've got no numbers forward, and Little could not find an outlet pass, and that's why he got caught on the ball.
You can hear Coach Neil Collins asking if a referee in the middle has lost his whistle. Nothing given on that particular play on the near touchline. Kuzain gets a boot in there, and Ethan Benacourt-Decker wears a foul from Sebastian Guenzati. And a chance now to push out for the home side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's claiming. He just caught him a little bit late. It wasn't a bad foul, but I'm not sure what he's complaining about.
Yeah, clear foul there as Benacourt-Decker gets there ahead of him. And nice drag back. Earns the foul for his team and relieves a little bit of pressure. Perhaps Guenzati just pointing to a few no calls that Tampa Bay thought should have been called. Earlier build-up. Here come the Rangers. Segbers tries to shift it around to defender Fernandez, but it's won back by Fernandez. Good step from Rasenbek Akhmatov. Intricate passing now, and Little trying to pass it in behind Segbers. Just not on the same page there. It's a turnover. Tampa Bay take control.
There's 2 kind of styles you see here. When Swope Park Rangers get the ball, Tampa Bay is in their face. When Tampa Bay gets the ball, they've got a little bit more time on the ball, and therefore making more passes, creating more possession, and just find it a little bit easier on the ball compared to the Rangers. Good defending there, though. Very good.
Again, nipping in unaware and able to take it off the toes of Guenzati, but just as you were talking about, Doug McClagan, right away when Tampa Bay lose possession, they are right at the heels of the Swope Park Rangers. Here's a good touch by Juan Tejada, trying to get around 1 and then 2 defenders. He beats 1, but it's good covering play from Rad to knock that out of play.
That's what I talked about a little earlier. They're going to have to concentrate, be on their toes, and just defend a lot this game. Because there's a reason this team has 36 points. They're very good. They knock it around well. They're well organized. And it's going to be a tough game for the Swope Park Rangers to stay in.
There's another short pass that Mbekele and Alexander combined to win back for the Rangers. This played out of bounds for a Rangers throw on the far side. And oftentimes you look at having a home game as being an advantage, but against this team, the top team in the USL Championship, they actually have a better record on the road this season, surprisingly. 5-0-2 away from home, Tampa Bay Rowdies, who traditionally so good at Al Lang Stadium, and they have been good at home as well. They have done so well on the road this season. Now Akhmatov charging down the right side, and he earns the first corner kick of the game for the home team.
Yeah, well, we should mention that the fact that they've lost one game and that happened to be at home. They just haven't lost on the road, so they've just been amazing all year.
Yep. Home or away, been fantastic. So tough to break down, but they'll have to defend a corner kick here. A couple of big bodies up in the box now for Swope Park Rangers. Both center backs coming forward. Alexander with his gifted left foot will take this from the near side. Curled in towards the penalty area, punched away. Robinson gets a punch to it and goes as far as Little. Lining up a shot, he fakes a shot. Finds Akhmatov, who returns it to Alexander. Curling it back in with his left foot, headed up into the air. Big challenge from Kuzain, but ordered a foul as he and Tejada collide there, and you could see Kuzain arguing that he went for the ball. Referee saw otherwise.
Looked like a fair challenge to me, but maybe he just hit the body before the ball. But good service into the box there by Alexander. Unfortunately, Caleb Richardson read it very well and cleared it with a very good defensive header.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Another foul given. I think maybe read Mark Allerton's lips there, or his gestures to Juan Kuzain.
Yeah, he was having a word with Kuzain, so therefore they have to go on the whistle, and Tampa Bay wanted to take a quick free kick, but we're not allowing you to do that because it's on the whistle, and here we go now.
A couple fouls in quick succession there for Kuzain. He'll have to be a little wary of being on the back of the referee's mind. There's a good shift to his left foot. Leo Fernandez, he's able to get a cross away in some pretty tight space on the left side, but it's cleared away and out for a throw. Again, Tampa Bay 10-1-6, 36 points, best in the league, just 1 point ahead of Phoenix Rising. Ball out to Fernandez in some space. Awkward attempt at a cross, but into a danger area. Rad clears away, still with the Rowdies. On a dime is the turn, and Steinberger now has it. He'll spray it wide right. He'll step over move there, won by Alexander. He tried to backheel it to Mbakele, but it goes out of play. Arguing that there was a touch, but not seen by the far side AR. Richards now. Fernandez, he's seen a lot of the ball. He's curling one towards the back post. Oh, it just hops up on Malik Johnson there. Wing back to wing back. He'll recover it, keep the Rowdies' attack going. Richards. Again, Fernandez. Again with the left foot. Cleared to the edge of the area. Jan Ekra. That's a tasty looking cross! And a wonderful header from Juan Tejada.
Oh, you could see it coming because they just worked the ball from the right to the left, to the left to the right, back to the left, over to the right, and then a beautiful ball in. When it keeps on getting rotated like that, it's easier to lose your defenders. And he just played a beautiful ball in, and Tejada's just standing there on his own to finish. And that's just great ball movement. Obviously, a great ball in and great finish, but that's what's caused the problem. Just continually shifting the defense. Tremendous goal.
1-0 to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Juan Tejada with his 7th goal of the season. And he continues his fine goal-scoring form. That's his a goal in 3 straight games for the youngster, the 22-year-old, who continues a fantastic debut season as a professional. Earned a contract with the Rowdies after an impressive preseason trial, played at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg. What a story he is having here in his first professional season. He continues it here this afternoon with that headed goal to give the Tampa Bay Rowdies a 1-0 lead. 7 goals, good for second on the team for Juan Tejada.
Another goal. I was looking at the stats from, they've scored probably about 95% of their goals inside the penalty box, and you can see why. It looks like the plan is to get the ball out wide, serve the ball in early, lose your markers and finish inside the box, and that's probably a standard goal for Tampa Bay by the looks of it.
Well, you're spot on as well, Doug, because Mark Segber's there at the end of the play looking around at his teammates. He looked like he was marking at least 2 bright yellow shirts by himself. Just wonderful ball movement from side to side for the Rowdies. Here goes Segbers, just loses the ball off the toe, and Fernandez trying to stand this one in behind. It's a decent looking cross, and Graham Smith over the shoulder has to deal with that one. What a ball that was for Fernandez.
Yeah, Graham Smith did extremely well to pull that down, because that was an absolutely wonderful ball. But great vision and great technical skills by the big centre back.
Now great vision and skill from Kuzain to get this ball out wide to Little on his left foot. In between a cross and a shot, and it trickles back to Macklin Robinson, who possibly will be credited with the save there, which would be his first of the season. Macklin Robinson, again, making his first appearance this season, his first appearance for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Previous stints with the likes of New York Cosmos B out of Cooperstown, New York, and he's given John McCarthy a rest here today. McCarthy is available on the bench. We'll see if the Rangers can try and test a goalkeeper who hasn't played all season. Brad pumping one forward towards Manicor Decker, but he's dealt with expertly well by Pape Diakite. Clever disguise pass inside for Ekra, who has the assist on the goal with that wonderful delivery from the right-hand side. Fernandez couldn't quite get that on target. Cleaned up by Rad and then Akhmatov.
So it's important that the Swope Park Rangers stay in this game. And obviously, with the goals against that Tampa Bay are used to, which is not many, another goal would be very, very bad to give up for the Rangers. So it's important they stay concentrated, stay in the shape, work on the way they started the game, and they can work their way slowly back into this game. But they cannot afford to give up a second goal here.
Well, for what it's worth, the Tampa Bay Rowdies have only conceded more than 1 goal in 1 USL game this season. And they did concede more than 1 in their loss in the US Open Cup, but it doesn't happen very often, if at all, for this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. Fernandez. Just trying to juke Mark Segbers out of his shoes there. Segbers doesn't take the bait, wins back possession, and then Manicor Decker getting absolutely manhandled there by Diakite, and a foul called on the big center half for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, that's a great job by Manicor Decker, because he was on his own, no help whatsoever, so he had to hold it up or hold it up and get fouled. So now Swope Park Rangers at least have a chance to move some bodies forward, and that's, like I said earlier, is going to be the difficulty today, is maintaining possession so they can get bodies forward.
Decker trying to make a run off the back of Diakite, and off his line there. He had to be. Macklin Robinson comes charging out to clear the danger.
That was a great run there. Looked like it could have been slightly offside, but the flag did not go up. Timing of the run must have been perfect, and the ball was just a little too heavy for him.
trying to respond to the opening goal from the Rowdies here. A little bit of possession. Segues back to Rad. Kaveh Rad making his 7th start. All in recent memory as he's really fought to earn his way into the starting lineup for the Rangers. And McKaylee beats one man, but Diakite is there to help cover for his right center back partner, Tarek Morad.
That's good to see that McKaylee could actually, he went round the fullback there and beat him. Like you say, it's just very good cover there by Tampa Bay defense. But the opportunities will come out wide. You'll see as that ball gets shifted, the furthest player away from the ball for Swope Park Rangers will be open. The question is, can they get it to him, and can they get it there quick enough for him so he'll have that space to go those one-on-ones.
Is that just the case of the formations here, 4-3-3 against 3 at the back for Tampa Bay?
Yeah, when you've got 3, you can't cover the whole... Oh, there's a foul. Yeah, when you have 3, you can't cover the whole distance, so if they're going to play 3 up front, those opportunities out wide will occur. And he's beaten the defender here and just... yeah, he gets yanked back there. That
tug back there, and perhaps lucky to not go in the referee's pocketbook. Yeah, Tarek Morad.
Totally agree with you there. It could quite easily have been a yellow card.
Looking bright early on, Jerome, Ingom, and McKaylee.
So they've got to make the most of this set piece here. It would be nice if you had Felipe Hernandez on the ball here, but unfortunately he cannot play today.
Certainly would be, and they were missing their leading goal scorer for sure, Felipe Hernandez. And McKaylee looks bright early on. Can he carry the offensive load? They've won this free kick. Alexander runs it over. Akhmatov! That is a fantastic save. Fingertips away from the top corner. Akhmatov there really testing the goalkeeper.
That's a very, very good effort by the shot, but the keeper, that's a fantastic save too.
Might have just been going high, but the keeper could take no chances. Getting fingertip to it, Macklin Robinson forces this corner kick. Second a game for SPR. Akhmatov arguing that Tampa Bay player is inside, but we'll take it anyway.
Short ball.
Short. Alexander, outswinger. Easy enough for Robinson to grab that one out of the air. Fans, follow the Swope Park Rangers and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Clever turn there. Granzotti trying to slide it in behind. Thumbs up from Steinberger, but it goes all the way through to Eric Dick.
Yeah, good run by Steinbrenner. Very good ball in. Just a little bit too much weight on the bus.
Zach Steinberger in his 9th start. First season with Tampa Bay Rowdies after spending last year with Indy 11 and North Carolina FC. Awkward landing there for Morad as he and McKaylee challenged for this one in midair. Foul called against McKaylee.
Yeah, he's going up for the ball, but unfortunately he did get the body first. I mean, it's a definite foul, but I don't think anything else other than a foul.
It looks like his eyes are for the ball, but good positioning from Morad to just step in there just ahead of McKaylee. Tarek Morad, who has some priors with the Swope Park Rangers, having won USL Cup with Louisville City FC in 2017, beating the Swope Park Rangers in that game. He's found a good pass. Steinberger's in all types of space in the middle of the field. He finds Fernandez. Curling one towards the back post. Dick gets there. Alexander will help it complete the clearance. Rangers players shouting for a foul, but nothing given there by the referee. And Akhmatov trying to curl this one away from Fernandez, and Leo Fernandez into the back of Akhmatov, who earns a foul.
Yeah, and that last chance was a carbon copy of what we've seen several times today. Ball goes out wide to Fernandez. He clips it in on his second touch, and there's opportunities inside that box. Fortunately, Dick got his hand onto the ball there and was managed to push it away from the attacking forward.
25 minutes about gone here in Kansas City, Kansas. Tampa Bay Rowdies leading through a Juan Tejada goal. Graham Smith over to Will Little. Doesn't want to take that one pretty much off the neck. Will Little stretching to his very tiptoes to bring that one down under his control. Smith again looking for Little. Alexander forward for Alak.
A good little passage of play here by the Rangers. They're keeping the ball. That's 15 to 16 to 18 passes, and now because of that, they've been able to get 11 players or 10 players into the attacking half of the Rowdies. So excellent play there. Now we got an opportunity to get that ball into the box.
Alexander whipping in across, headed up into the air by Diakite. Richards completes it. Kuzain! Oh, he struck that so brilliantly well. Palmed over the crossbar by Robinson.
Wow, what a strike. And it was coming in with some pace, so I think the keeper, instead of trying to catch it, just parried it over the top. But that is a tremendous effort. That is not an easy skill. But wow, that's tremendous effort. And a good save by the keepers. No risk catching that, just parries it over. That's a couple of good opportunities the Rangers have created from long distance shots.
Kuzain scored the goal of the season last year, inches away there. Wonderful save, and it's a corner. Alexander, that's a decent looking ball headed clear by Tejada. Kuzain sticks his head in there. And then McKaylee gets a shot away from distance. This one, not too much trouble at all for Robinson. But another long distance attempt by the Swope Park Rangers.
Well, there's some definite positives in there for the Rangers. I think on the corner kicks, they're going to have to do what they've been doing lately, is going short and being a little creative. I don't think they really have the height. We've talked about this in the last few weeks, the height to really dominate in the box on corner kicks. So short kicks and some fancy plays, that's what they're probably going to need to break down this Rowdy defense.
Dick looking forward for Vanacore Decker. Again, Diakite wins the header. This is a foul against young Ekra, who's upended. Tries to get this started quickly. Instead, he'll leave it for Murad. Richards trying to move forward, and referee just seeing if there's any advantage. There wasn't, so he'll pull it back for the foul on Caleb Richards.
Up! Come on, Will! Come on, Will! Come! Come on, Frasa! There you go, good!
Bay dropping it back now, Murad. Out wide for Malik Johnson. Dumped in behind. Smith will chase this one down, and there's a player back there, but he was confident enough to head it back to the goalkeeper.
Put enough pace on it, put enough height on it. I was a little worried when it over his head there. I thought, oh, this could be an interception, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Excellent play.
How about that ball from Richards? Now here comes Tejada. Cutting it inside for Fernandez. And Ekra curling that one around, looking for Johnson. And in steps Mbakele, but it's kept in play. Rowdies, again, keeping numbers forward.
Again, they'll just keep rotating that ball from side to side until the opportunity arises.
Fernandez's pass is astray. Looking for Richards, who had made the underlapping run. But it's just cleared by Dick up the pitch, and again, the Rowdies can come forward and attack. Steinberger. Fernandez creating some space for a cross. This one didn't test Eric Dick, who had his positioning spot on and was able to claim.
Yeah, ball was a little bit close to the keeper, but he has that lovely quality of being able to curve that ball in with his left foot on his second or third touch. A little close to keeper that time, but if it's a little further out, that's a really dangerous ball to defend.
Yeah, we've seen Leo Fernandez getting on the ball a lot here in the first half, the left wing back for the Rowdies. The left back now for the Rangers. Alexander dribbles that one away from pressure. We'll get it on here again. Alexander, the 20-year-old. Brazilian. I think you can hear they wanted a foul. And frustratingly trying to kick the ball there, as that will be the last action before a water break here in Kansas City. It is a hot one, humid, as normal in a Kansas City summer here in Kansas City, Kansas. Again, 86 degrees at kickoff. And 30 minutes in here, Doug McClagan, Tampa Bay Rowdies with a 1-0 lead. What have you seen from these two teams as they try and earn 3 points on opposite ends of the Eastern Conference standings?
Well, there's no doubt that Tampa Bay Rowdy is an extremely well-coached team that knocks the ball around well, and they've had definitely the higher amount of possession in this game. It looks like the plan is to get the ball out wide, serve the ball early into the box. That's how they got the goal. But Swope Park Rangers have done well. Obviously, they don't want to be down 1-0, but 30 minutes into the game, down 1, they're starting to come back into this game, and they're doing it through possession. And they've created a couple of opportunities, albeit from far out, but all they need is one of those opportunities to get back into this game. So I would keep plowing along just like they're doing, defending real well, and maybe that opportunity comes, they get a goal, and game's back on. But like I said, Tampa Bay Rowdies are definitely a very, very good team, and one slip by the Rangers, and this game could open up.
There's the goal scorer, Juan Tejada, 22-year-old, getting his 7th goal of the season, and let's take another look at it.
Yeah, and what you don't see is how much that ball's been moved from left to right, but just a ball into the box, and you see Mark Segber's going, well, there's 3 in here, and why do I have all 3? And it is because they keep switching it, and they keep moving the defense, and once that ball goes out wide, that's when the defender watches the ball, loses the player for a slight second, and then they pull away, and that's when you get people open in the box. And like I said, they've done that very, very well. And when that ball was played in, it was just a good ball in to the right spot, and a great finish by Tejada.
Tejada, in his first professional season, he's appeared now in every single game for the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the USL Championship regular season. Again, out of Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida.
We came in talking about Sebastian Guenzardi, and Guenzardi's been great, don't get me wrong, but when you've got Guenzardi who's scoring all those goals, and you get Tejada who's right next to him, his work rate has been absolutely fantastic, and I can see why he's scoring lots of goals. That's a tough 2 to take care of.
Formidable strike partnership developing for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Guenzardi, as you mentioned, leading the team with 9 goals. And he has scored in the previous 2 matches coming into this one, as well as Tejada, who now has extended his streak to 3 straight games. And I'm sure Guenzardi will be looking to do the same. Those 2 really developing a wonderful partnership. And what a story again that is from Juan Tejada, trying to make his mark. It's a sore one for Vanacore Decker, and he is got a battle on his hands with the 6'5", 220-pound Pape Diakite.
He's a big boy, big, strong boy. But Vanacore Decker's done very well, holding the ball up several occasions, sometimes taking fouls for it, but he's done very well. And that's exactly what's needed to hold that ball up so they can get bodies forward to get in the offense. And going back to that Guenzardi and Tejada relationship up there, they're 2 great forwards, but just watch the amount of work they put on in defense. And it just makes it so much easier for the rest of the squad, because when you got that pressure on the defense, the midfielders can read where the next ball's going, and that's where you steal possession. And they constantly work up there.
And there's Steinberger, who's up there just behind the two of them, and he'll pressure alongside of them to make a really formidable, like you said, spear of this defense that is such a fantastic defensive unit. Brad cuts inside, finds Alak. Shift to play from the Rangers, and Alexander has some space down the left. He's going to slide it in for Mbakele. Can he get there? He's asking a lot of him. He just can't quite catch up to that ball as it'll roll out for a goal kick.
Yeah, great idea. Good split, penetrating pass between the fullback and the right centre back. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much on it. But if that stays inbound, they'll be in behind the back three with an opportunity to pull that ball back into the box for a finish. So not a bad idea whatsoever.
35 minutes gone here in Kansas City. 1-0, Tampa Bay leading. And Macklin Robinson, in his first appearance on the season, delivers this goal kick forward. Akhmatov with a header full of effort that you could hear on our broadcast there. Keeps possession. Alexander gets that just beyond the outstretched leg of Ekra, and then Kuzain going to ground. He's arguing that he was the one fouled, but it's a sore one here.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Murad?
Kuzain played the ball through for the penetrating pass. Maybe he left his studs up, caught him on the follow through, but that's a weird one. I would like to see that one again if possible.
Kuzain goes in the books, and we will get a chance to see this again.
So it was a poor touch right there, but he touched the ball and his foot followed through and caught him on the top of his cleat, which is very painful, but I don't think there's any intention there whatsoever.
Yeah, it just looked like he got caught on the grass there, Kuzain, as he was sliding forward. Was arguing with the referee, but to no avail. He will go into the referee's notebook on Kuzain.
Really not a player that you expect to put cleats up. He usually plays the game tough and fair and very, very clean. So I guarantee there was no intention there.
And unfortunately for the Rangers, they had the ball. As you mentioned, Kuzain was able to play that pass forward, so they lose possession on the foul as well. Although it's gifted right back to them by Robinson's wayward free kick. Eric Dick gives this one away right in the penalty area. And it's a penalty for Tampa Bay Rowdies. Graham Smith takes Tejada out, gets a yellow card, and a chance now for the Rowdies to double their lead.
Well, unfortunately, you can't blame that on Graham Smith. That's just a bad mistake by Eric Dick back there. And again, though, look at the pressure they give you. They don't stop, they come straight at you. But not sure exactly what he was thinking there. And that's a definite penalty kick, and this is where, if this goes in, the game could open up now. So I'm sure Eric Dick will want to make up for his slight mistake there and maybe make a save here.
Graham Smith, just a yellow card on that tackle in the area.
Yeah, well, he did make a play on the ball, so there was an attempt to play the ball. So that's why it's a yellow and not a red. But unfortunate for him, because I really had no option. In fact, you may find out if Eric Dick saves this, it might be a very good play there by Smith.
Sebastian Guenzati will step forward to the penalty spot. Try and double the Tampa Bay Rowdies lead. He's already scored 2 penalties this season, Guenzati. Got the late 92nd minute winner against Ottawa Fury last weekend. Whistle blows. Slow run up. Crashes it in off the post. What a calm penalty as he slots it home to the keeper's left. And Sebastian Guenzati, with his 10th goal of the season, gives the Tampa Bay Rowdies a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, there's nothing Dick could do about that. I'm not sure if it hit the post and came back and hit Dick, or whether it hit the inside of the post and just went straight in. Yeah, straight in, but there's no way he's going to get a hand to that. That is, I don't know if you can put it in a better spot.
The captain for the Rowdies picks his spot. Captain's contribution. And they are off and running here. 2-0 Tampa Bay lead over the Swope Park Rangers. And again, Sebastian Guenzati, he scores now. And that means both of these strikers have scored in 3 straight games for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yep, and that there again is the combination of the hard work they put up front defensively, and then an error by the goalkeeper, yes. But like you said, it's a formidable top 2 with those guys. It's got 10 and 7 goals now, I believe. That's a hard tandem to stop.
Bit of a birthday present there for Sebastian Guenzati. He turns 28 tomorrow. The Uruguayan, who led Tampa Bay Rowdies in scoring last season and continues his exploits this season, came into the game 5th in the USL with those 9 goals and has now added to it with his 10th goal of the season. There's a foul late call from the referee on Leo Fernandez, who came crashing through. Kind of a similar play to Kuzain on the other end of the pitch.
That's exactly what I was going to say, and I can't figure out what he did wrong, but maybe they're just even now.
That 10th goal of the season for Guenzati will tie him with Jerome Kiesewetter and Daniel Rios, tied for 3rd in the league. Here's a slack back pass. Dick has to be alert to it. He just gets there ahead of Tejada, who, Doug, you've mentioned it several times. He certainly has a motor up there up top for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and again causing problems.
Yeah, I want to see if he can do that for 90 minutes, because he hasn't stopped.
In this heat as well. Just a disagreement there as to where the free kick should have been taken.
The good thing about Tejada, though, is he's not just running like crazy. He actually is making curved runs. He's cutting off plays. He knows exactly what he's doing. And so he's been very well coached in that area, and a man that's just full of energy. I think he's been definitely the player of the game so far for me.
Scored the first, won the penalty for the second. This one's won back by the Rangers high up the pitch. Can they get something going here before halftime? Little with the step over. It's a decent cross in, spilled by the goalkeeper. Not quite cleared, and then it comes off Kuzain, and Robinson can scoop this one gratefully into his arms.
Yeah, that was kind of a mess up there by the goalkeeper. But good to see him run in at the fullback here. And it was a good ball in. The only thing I can say with the keeper, he had a defender who was slightly in front of him. Maybe he lost sight of the ball, but almost fumbled the ball into the forward there for a tap-in. That would have made it interesting.
Luckily for him, it looked like Caleb Richards was the man right in front of him, was able to clear that away from Vanacore Decker, who was lurking. Fernandez now, good turn by Tejada. Looking for Steinberger, but it'll go all the way back to Dick. He tries to get this thing restarted quickly, looking for Mbakele, but calm header back to the keeper from Murad.
Yeah, it's great for Robinson to come into a team like this that's only given up 10 goals. But then again, it's a little frightening, because if you give a goal up, what are you going to feel like? It's a rough one. Yeah.
A lot of pressure. John McCarthy, with his 9 clean sheets, that's best in the league. Fernandez now again with some space for a left-footed cross. This one not his best of the afternoon. Curls in behind the goal and out of play.
Here's the right idea. He just floated that one in, floated out of bounds, as opposed to maybe whipping it in. But he's been very impressive for me too. Beautiful left foot, willing to put that ball up in the box early. And it seems like all the forwards know that's what he's going to do, so they're making their runs at the right time, and it's just worked so well today. And I'm assuming it's worked very well all season.
He's got 4 assists. Leo Fernandez was tied for best on the team. The foul that Tampa Bay sideline and bench is condemning as a weak one. Tune into ESPN3 on July 12th at 9 p.m. Central Time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer, when Tacoma Defiance invades the fortress that is Zions Bank Stadium to try and slow down a surging Real Monarchs side. It's Wednesday Night Soccer on a Friday. See it all July 12th at 9 p.m. Central on ESPN3. Well, Fernandez tied for first on the team with those 4 assists with Tenari, who is out with a hamstring injury here today. And they haven't really missed him as of yet, Andrew Tenari. There's a full-blooded challenge. Nothing given on Malik Johnson crashing into Alexander.
That was just Malik Johnson being very, very strong on the ball. Alexander went in, but he was off balance, and that's why he fell over. But just great strength on the ball by Johnson.
Meanwhile, for the Rangers, they're missing 2 players as there's a foul on Steinberger crashing into Kuzain. 2 minutes of added time, and we're into that added time here. Rangers missing Sean Karani and Camden Riley with hamstring injuries today, to add to Camila Benitez, who has been out pretty much the entire season with a hip injury. Akhmatov, strength there to see off the challenge of Ekra. Now Alexander looking frustrated as he is looking up to find a teammate in an attacking position. Instead he goes back, and now Akhmatov getting shoved in the back by Steinberger. I think that's just one too many on Zach Steinberger, and a little petulant as well with the shove. He will go into the referee's pocketbook with a yellow card.
How about you make it easy for the ref there? It's just 2 hands in the back, just a silly foul. He's obviously frustrated there because Akhmatov did very well to shield the ball, hold it off. So 2 hands in the back and just an easy yellow card there.
Yeah, looking bemused, but I don't think there's much of an argument there. Steinberger. Just before halftime. Yellow card. Rangers get things restarted. Alak floating this one up. Richards easily over the top of Will Little there, wins that one. Now Little, nice clever footwork to get it into Kuzain, and then a crunching challenge from Segbers straight into the gut of Dominic Aduro.
It's a good hard hit there by Segbers. He might be lucky to dodge a yellow card here. It was definitely late. Not sure. That'll be a yellow card, I would think.
He goes into the referee's pocketbook himself, Mark Segbers, as he does pick up a yellow card there for that challenge on Dominic Aduro. Perhaps trying to spark something into his team here. Segbers is he's turned into a team leader in his first season with the Swope Park Rangers, leading the team in minutes coming into this game. And at 23 years old, considered a veteran on the Swope Park Rangers roster. And that will do it for the first half here in Kansas City. Kansas to Tampa Bay Rowdies. Thanks to the contributions of Juan Tejada and Sebastian Guenzati. There they are. The partnership for the Tampa Bay Rowdies continues on as they both score in their 3rd consecutive games and give the Tampa Bay Rowdies a 2-0 lead here heading into halftime. Stick with us as we'll be right back for all the first half analysis.
Go for goal, and they find it! Opiel's gone for goal, another deflection, off the post and in! Tacoma on top, shot, and goal! What a beauty! Justin Dillon moving up the middle, he's gonna push that ball wide toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a first touch cross, back inside for Dillon, and a goal! Inside the 18, shot, push wide! Loose in front, it's Freighter! What a hit! He plays it into the box, headed down, and Freighter!
Kiesewetter in for the goal! Nice cross, Kiesewetter in there!
Asante outside the box, Asante, goal! It's Rios! It's a great cross! Daniel Rios again! Ryan Brown sends it, and it's a goal! Ryan Brown! Lubin, what a save! A second save, loose in front! Lubin guarding the post.
Denied by McCarthy.
A lot more height on it. McCarthy, a great save. On the volley. Oh, what a save. Newton again.
Collier curls, saved.
Oh, looking for a shooting lane. Coming aloft. Pipped away. He got it on frame. Olsen up to the task.
Diko with a touch. Great save, Tempakis.
Shot on. Tempakis with a great save. Nice little 1-2. Caleb Richards. Richards getting it back. Caleb Richards.
And Douglas Martinez able to put it back in.
Martinez puts it back to Coffey. Goal! Lofted ball in. Williamson.
Good build up here for Portland Timbers too. Good chance for Williamson.
Swinging away. Header. Robertson. Follow up in from Lobo. The header comes in. A great save and on the follow.
Outside at the top of the box. It's dangerous from there. What a fantastic finish.
Monarchs go for goal and they find it. Hope's gone for goal.
Halftime here in Kansas City. Patrick Harry having himself a blast, and the visitors have been having themselves a blast. Tampa Bay Rowdies leading by 2-0 over the Swope Park Rangers. Take a look at the standings. The USL Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay flexing their muscle here today, showing why they are top of the table.
Yep, and quite deservedly so. Scored a lot of goals and not to give too many away, and that's why they've got 36 points. And if they keep it going today, could be 39.
Swope Park Rangers down second from bottom with 12 points, trying to work their way up the table. First half stats here in Kansas City at Children's Mercy Park between these two teams. Look at those. As what sticks out to you, Doug McLagan, from the numbers in the first half?
Well, one of the biggest thing is Swope Park Rangers has 4 shots, Rowdies have 2, and the Rowdies win 2-0. So that's quite shocking, but they've had a couple of long-range shots that have caused some problems, have the Rangers. But the 2 that count are the ones that are on the side of the Rowdies. And then the other thing is possession too. I thought Rowdies did control the ball more than Swope, but apparently Swope has a higher percentage of possession.
It certainly seemed like the Rowdies were on the front foot for most of that first half. They made those 2 shots pay as they had a 2-0 lead. Well, the next time the Rangers play is 10 days from now on a Wednesday, July 17th, as they host Jimmy Nielsen, Sporting Kansas City legendary goalkeeper in his first season at the helm of Hartford Athletic. Swope Park Rangers and Hartford Athletic, those are the 2 teams at the bottom of the Eastern Conference standings at this point in time, and the Rangers will be looking to try and grab all 3 points in this one. You can get tickets at SeatGeek visiting sportingkansascity.com/Rangers. Let's take a look around the league in the USL Championship. And Ryan Brown making a move over to FK Partizani, the defending Albanian champions. Good move for Ryan Brown, who leaves Reno as the franchise's all-time leading goal scorer with 28 goals. Player of the Month voting is now open for the month of June. Solomon Asante from Phoenix Rising, Douglas Martinez from Real Monarchs, Andre Lima from Austin Bold, Cameron Owasa from Sacramento Republic, former Swope Park Rangers player, and another former Swope Park Rangers player who's my vote, Tyler Pasher. 5 goals in June, 4 of which were game winners, 1 assist, as Indy 11 had an undefeated month. If you go online and vote on that. But the story of the weekend, the U.S. Women's National Team beating the Netherlands this morning to capture their 4th World Cup championship. What an achievement for the U.S. Women's National Team.
Absolutely, and a convincing win too, very convincing.
Convincing tournament despite having all the pressure throughout the entire tournament. Congratulations to the U.S. Women's National Team. 2-0 here at the break. Tampa Bay trying to solidify their grip on first place in the Eastern Conference. Will the Swope Park Rangers have a response here in the second half? Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the second half kick. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park. A couple of young Swope Park Rangers fans enjoying the scenes here today in this hot Kansas City summer. Let's take a look at the first half highlights as the Tampa Bay Rowdies are up 2-0 over the Swope Park Rangers, and they got it started with a goal by Juan Tejada.
Pinpoint cross, run onto the head of Tejada, and a great finish. Found himself wide open in the box. That puts him up 1-0 now. Clinical finish there.
The ball from Jan Ekper to get his second assist. Tejada with his 7th goal. Rangers had some opportunities thereafter. Here's a free kick from Rosenbeck Akhmetov.
Yeah, looks like it might have been slightly going over, but the keeper tipped it over just in case. And look at this one. Bang. Good save by the keeper.
That one definitely dipping down under the crossbar. Needed a two-handed save from Macklin Robinson as Kuzain was trying to claw the Rangers back into it. But it was the Tampa Bay Rowdies who would capitalize on this mistake by Eric Dick.
Yeah, just a poor mistake there by Eric Dick, and Smith gives the penalty kick away, but look at that for a finish right inside the corner. Dick did very well to guess the direction of it, but just couldn't get anywhere near it, and that's a second goal for him. They're 2-0 up, and Swope Park Rangers got a mountain to climb here.
Sebastian Guenzati clanging that one in off the post. Double the Rowdies lead, I should say. There's some Rowdies fans in attendance as well here in Kansas City. Doug McClagan, what do you think the keys are in this second half for the Swope Park Rangers as they try and get back into this one?
Well, I think the first 15 minutes or so are extremely important for defense. They got to make sure that it doesn't go to 3. If it goes to 3, this game's over. If they can stay in it and then possess the ball and possess it so they can get bodies forward, there are opportunities here. It's not done yet, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of concentration, especially at the back, to make sure they stay in this game.
Zane will be one of those guys trying to get the Swope Park Rangers back in the game here. Again, mentioned it in the first half. Tampa Bay Rowdies have only conceded more than 1 goal once all season. They lost, it was their only loss of the season, back on June 8th to North Carolina FC, a 3-1 loss. It's the only time they've conceded multiple goals in the USL Championship regular season. They did concede 4 in an away loss in the US Open Cup at Oklahoma City Energy at the end of May. But they're also looking for their first clean sheet since June 1st, Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they're halfway there. And they will start with the ball here in the second half. The Rowdies trying to hold on to their 2-0 halftime lead. Zach Steinberger plays the ball back, and we are underway here in the second half from Children's Mercy Park. Again, the Rowdies in their bright fluorescent yellow or Volt colored jerseys. Going from left to right, the Swope Park Rangers in dark blue with orange trim. There's a foul drawn by Ayub Alak as Steinberger pulled him down to the turf to start the second half. Another tough reading for the Swope Park Rangers. The Rowdies have only dropped 4 points from a possible 36 when they've had the lead. They know how to hold on to a lead. It all comes down to that league-leading defense, conceding 10 goals so far in the 17 and a half games now. This one's off Alexander. Steinberger with a bit of a stiff arm to Alak. And a high boot on Alak given as he tried to challenge Sebastian Guenzati.
Steinberger's got to watch it a little bit. He's already on a yellow for kind of getting a little irritated, and hands to the face there. He's just got to be careful. There's a few players. We've got 4 bookings already. Segras, Smith, and Kuzain also got booked for the Rangers. So just a few players got to be careful on the field today in case tempers do flare a little.
Steinberger has been a pest here throughout this afternoon. This one's one high up the pitch. And cut across the 6 by Tejada. Cut out by the Rangers defense. Here's a short pass. Had to be alert. Time, Caleb Richards sensing the danger. Comes Malik Johnson. quick passes out to the left-hand side. Fernandez cuts it back. Steinberger blocked away. Brilliant block by Graham Smith.
Great ball movement there by the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They got it out wide, and guess what? The ball came into the box early, albeit a complete mishit by Fernandez, but gave a great opportunity there for Steinberger. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish it for them.
Malik Johnson arguing that he was fouled by Diakite there, nothing given, so the Rowdies can continue on here. Fernandez managed to shield Segbers, but his touch puts it right back into the zone of Mark Segbers in the right back. Now a foul one by the Rowdies. Here's another look at that Graham Smith block.
And it's out wide, early ball in, mishit. Yeah, great block by Smith there, because that was definitely on the way towards the back of the net, I think. I don't think he caught it too cleanly, but sometimes you don't have to hit it clean for it to roll into the back of the net. So good defending by Graham Smith. He's done 2 or 3 things today that have saved the Swope Park Rangers. He's had a very good game, and here might be a smart move by Tampa Bay Rowdies. Steinberger is coming off, and that may be because he's on a yellow, and he got a little upset a couple minutes ago, so maybe that might be a smart move there by coach.
Quadwo Poku coming on to replace Zach Steinberger. I think you're spot on, Doug. I think you saw the red mist descending on Zach Steinberger there and just stopping that before it gets any farther. Poku coming on for his 8th appearance, 4th off the bench. There's good work by Guenzati, and he cuts it inside. Fernandez goes for goal from a tight angle and doesn't manage to sneak it on frame.
That's good ball movement, and if he scores from there, Dick would definitely not be very happy. That's a really cute angle.
Segbers, his pass intercepted, but Rad steps in, takes control. Diakite's up there. This is up for a chance for Tejada, but Dick was off his line. Alexander will drop it all the way back now with Eric Dick. Well, this is the 17th different combination of starters for the Swope Park Rangers in their 17th game.
Yep, and I don't think it's going to change much throughout the rest of the season. He does like to rotate players, and I think he's probably going to continue for the rest of the season too. There are some players that, you know, are steady and in the lineup from game to game, but he likes to rotate 2 or 3 every game.
Certainly get some loanees from Sporting Kansas City on occasion as well. Average age of today's starting 11 for the Rangers, 21.5 years old, which of course sounds pretty young, but it's actually the 3rd oldest squad they've had so far this season. Rangers with a lot of youth on display in 2019.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? 21's your oldest players. So yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, he does like to mix it, and like I said, I don't see him changing.
For comparison, the starting 11 for the Rowdies was just under 25 years of age, with their average age here today. A lot of players in the prime of their careers were the league leaders. Here they come down the left-hand side. Fernandez faking the cross, so slot inside for Poku. Good ball for Tejada. Patient build up here for the Rowdies. Wide left again. Thrown in with the left foot. Defended away by the Rangers. Diakite using his body expertly well to force Malik Johnson into giving that one back up. And what a cutback this is. In on goal. Oh, left-handed save. Eric Dick keeps that one out. What a save in between the sticks for the Rangers.
That is a fantastic save by Dick, but what a reverse pass. I think that was Guenzati.
Yep.
Beautiful reverse pass, and it probably should have been put away, but absolutely tremendous save by Eric Dick.
So the Rangers with a little bit of life here. Slot in behind for Malik Johnson, and there's a wonderful save. The right hand from Macklin Robinson keeps this one at 2-0.
Thought that was a little deja vu. There's a reverse pass this time by Cusain. And Ethan Vanacore-Decker had an opportunity to get them back in the game. And another tremendous save, this time by Macklin Robinson.
Wow, end-to-end stuff here. As anything you can do, I can do better, says Robinson. One end, Dick makes it that wonder save, and as he said, right at the other end, Robinson measures, is up to the task. Nice little step over there. Malik Johnson gets around a defender trying to curl this one in, and he's upset with himself as that goes into the stands harmlessly behind the goal. And here's two wonderful saves back to back.
That's a beautiful ball and a quick shot. So Dick almost really didn't know it was coming, so he shoved out that left arm. That's a beautiful ball in there. Great run by Decker. And another good save by Robinson. So two fantastic saves, two fantastic passes. And unfortunately for the finishers, no goals.
That's the last act of the game by Will Little, that pass in behind. As he is replaced by Killian Columbi. Been a bit of a super sub so far this season for the Rangers. Columbi coming on for his 10th appearance from the bench, along with 5 starts. He's a creative player as well. His 3 assists, second on the team. Looking to him to try and create some offense. There's a wonderful move from Alexander, and he is upended, violently so, and a yellow card will go to Malik Johnson for that challenge.
That's a definite yellow. I was looking at the referee, and as soon as the challenge came in, the referee grabbed his card out of his pocket straight away. There was no question whatsoever. That is late. Wow, very late.
Just a whack on the knee there, Alexander. Putting it between his legs. Typical Brazilian fullbacking play there from Alexander, as Malik Johnson, you see him going into the book there, the 21-year-old from Toronto.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty definite yellow cards today, I think.
These are two teams just playing for the second time in their history. Tampa Bay got a late winner back in May. Yes, May 25th. In Tampa Bay, 1-0 they won against Fernandez. Jerome Mbakele was actually retroactively suspended for a challenge in that game. So perhaps some carryover from their first ever meeting, as they are now in their second meeting. Here's some high pressure, and Guenzati wins it into the path of Tejada. Poku around 1, he slides it left for Fernandez to catch up with. Tries to get around Alec and does so. Fernandez in towards the area, and it's a stab from Rad, who tries to make up for his mistake.
And he did. Good clearance in the end. Poor mistake to start off with. Great play there again by Fernandez. He's really done well getting around the back. And it's a good ball in and a good clearance there by Rad. But it's all, again, tremendous pressure from Tejada and Guenzati, and it was Steinberger early, now it's Poku. So they really have defended high up this field extremely well and caused several turnovers, and we've seen at least one of them go for a goal, and if Swope Park Rangers aren't careful, we might see more than one.
Looks like Becker has come over to take this corner. No, it's Oduro. Towards the near post, Rad is there, and it's a good clearance all the way back. Rowdies will take control again. Oduro stands this one up. Fernandez.
Good kill. Touch here.
And he's able to win the ball back. Fernandez inside for Tejada, who kicks it. Luckily for the Rangers. And then Johnson will be whistled for a foul. What a chance that was for Juan Tejada to double his tally here this afternoon.
Yeah, great play again, running at defender. He came around, good play by Hernandez, stole it. Good ball in. Not a very good first touch there by Johnson, and he's frustrated, and hence the foul. He doesn't think it's a foul, but I'll be frustrated if I had a first touch like that too.
Tejada perhaps frustrated as well. He tried to just get a little toe onto that cross and couldn't connect with it. But Leo Fernandez has continued his fine play on the left side. He was the goal scorer for the Tampa Bay Rowdies in that 1-0 victory over the Swope Park Rangers back in May. And a thorn in the Rangers' side again here today. He's one of 2 Brazilian left-sided fullback/wingbacks on display in this game, and Brazil trot out winners of the Copa America just a few minutes ago. They defeat Peru on their home turf. Celebrations in Brazil, and I'm sure those two will be celebrating later, but here's some wonderful attacking play. Johnson into the area. Oh, and he puts it between the legs of Eric Dick. A powerful finish. Malik Johnson, his first goal of the season, and Tampa Bay lead 3-0.
Well, that might be goal of the week or goal of the month. That was absolutely tremendous. Little combination between Johnson and Guenzardi. Back to Johnson, and then he just slotted it. Unfortunately, I think through the legs of Dick, but struck it very, very well. Yeah, if I'm not surprised if that's going to be one of the goals of the week or the month. Just a beautiful little combination between him and Guenzardi. And, of course, good finish, too.
Celebrations for Malik Johnson. So he gets his first goal as a Tampa Bay Rowdy.
I think the touch he had on the last attack can be forgiven.
Certainly so. What a move there in the box as well to cut it back to his right foot and just unleash that powerful low drive that beat Eric Dick. And you talked about it, Doug McClagan. How about that in the build-up? He and Sebastian Guenzardi, and you have to think Guenzardi will get an assist for his contribution on that play.
Oh, I would think so. And he's not been like incredible today, but he's done enough to create a goal, an assist. He's been busy up front with Tejada, and here we go again. This is from the pressure again here.
Duro takes a shot, gets it onto his left side. Now Fernandez trying to go between the legs of Colombi, who saw that coming the whole way, and he'll try and streak forward and start a counterattack here, but his pass just a bit off the mark as he's looking for Vanacore Decker. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Swope Park Rangers, click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on the Rangers' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. There's Colombi again, playing this one out. He's been almost an auxiliary fullback since coming on, Killian Colombi. Just getting confirmation from our truck that Guenzardi did get credit for an assist on that goal, as you'd expect, and that is his second assist of the season. Tampa Bay, an hour in, leading 3-0 and looking for more. Here's a cross along the 6th. Eric Dick is there to smother that ahead of Tejada. Quick throw out for Emma Cayley, who's a little quiet here, especially in the second half. With Felipe Hernandez out, Jerome Ngam Emma Cayley, the only player on the Rangers with multiple goals and assists on the season. Seg burst to Colombi. That cross is blocked, and it finds its way to Quadwell Poku. Delays his pass and then charges forward after laying that one off for Tejada. It's 3-on-4. More Rangers retreating. A few step-overs. Zadi passes the defender, but his cross cut out in the area. And a foul there on Diakite, crashing in. And you can hear Neil Collins, the coach, disagreeing with that one, but it'll be a yellow card for Pape Diakite.
Yeah, he's had a word with him 2 or 3 times before that, so that's probably, I think, like his 4th or 5th foul in a row, so that's just an accumulation of fouls, and that's why he's getting the yellow card. And they've all been nothing bad, just pushes and shoves and clips from behind, and here's another smart decision. Oh, I thought he was coming to the bench to substitute here. But yeah, just a soft little clip from behind, but like I said, it's his 4th or 5th, and that's why he goes into the book.
You see a good sportsmanship there between he and Vanacore Decker, who have been battling all game long. Pape Diakite, 6'5", 220. That is a monster at the center of this 3-man back line for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and he's been an ever-present since coming over mid-season of last year. 15 appearances with them after signing in mid-season, and he's making his 17th start of the season here. And take a look at the player down for the Swope Park Rangers. I believe that's Kave Rad, who is down, right-sided center back for the Rangers, being seen to by trainer Jacob Brownback. Hopefully he can continue on. It is a hot day here. It's had a water break in the first half. Bit of a improvised water break here for most of the players, while Kave Rad is being seen to. And he's come on, the 17-year-old, just turned 17, Kave Rad, making his 7th start of the season, 8th appearance.
He's done very well in the last couple of games. Good clearances out of the box. He's, you know, picking up learning next to Graham Smith, and those two have been pretty solid at the back in the last few games. Not sure what the injury is here, but hopefully he'll be up on his feet, ready to go, and hopefully not have to have a substitute here.
And excuse me, he actually just turned 18. I misspoke. He and his twin brother, Jahan Rad, who is available on the bench for the Swope Park Rangers here this afternoon. And looks like Jake Davis is getting some instructions from Paulo Nagamura. Perhaps getting ready to come on, the youngster. The SKC Academy on an academy contract. Jake Davis, 17-year-old, and looks like he will check in. You wonder if it'll be for Kave Rad, who is gingerly making his way towards the sideline here.
Nagamura's called over Graham Smith to tell him what the change is going to be, and not sure who they're going to move to centre back with him, but I guess we'll find out in a few minutes here.
And there is confirmation. As, unfortunately for Kave Rad, he will have to make way due to injury. He's replaced by Jake Davis, who is traditionally a center midfield player. But it looks like he might just slot in at center back here for the Swope Park Rangers to finish this game out.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there.
It's an interesting development and a lot of trust there from Paulo Nagamura to put in the young 17-year-old, 5'10", 150, Rochester, Michigan, and the SKC Academy. Putting him back there at center back alongside Graham Smith.
Well, we've seen with a lot of the lineups that Swope Park Rangers come out with, Nagamura is not afraid to do anything, and so give him credit. He'll take youngsters and he'll put them in the deep end and say, go swim. And that's what he's done here with Jake Davis, and let's see how he does.
Well, it's his 3rd appearance on the season, Jake Davis. It's his first one off the bench. He made 2 starts earlier this year. He's played 143 minutes in those 2 games. Got an assist. And he's had a bright year in the SKC Academy. See what he's got at center back here for the remaining 25 minutes and change. He replaces Kave Rad. This one's played out of bounds by Graham Smith.
The problem for Jake Davis, he's facing 2 of the best forwards in the league.
Spot on. Tampa Bay don't look like slowing down either. They're continuing that high press, so they'll have plenty to deal with here. Ekra had gotten that one just away under pressure. Fernandez, his pass is askew. Alak with a clever back heel finds Kuzain trying to stand it up for Segras to stop his run. Tampa Bay able to retrieve through Caleb Richards. Poku spinning on a dime. Wide right for Murad, who had 100% passing accuracy in the first half. Tarek Murad. Rowdies getting good spell possession here. Hussein in on the heels. Ekra just shrugging off that challenge.
You can hear from Coach Neil Collins, just keep it simple, keep the ball moving, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Just rotating it from side to side, keeping possession. I don't know how many passes they have strung together, but it's almost been like 2 minutes of just keeping the ball, and then finally they cough it over there, throw in for the Rangers.
There is Neil Collins. 67 appearances at center back for the Rowdies in his long and distinguished career as a professional. Just under 600 games overall in his career. Out of Troon, Scotland. Probably mispronounced that.
No, you said it correctly.
Hey. He's got quite the team on his hands here in his second year with the Rowdies, Neil Collins. And they've got a free kick in a good position. Foul on Graham Smith. And a couple Rowdies players come over to take arrears of this. Poku and Fernandez. Now some shenanigans in the box that the referee, Mark Allerton, thinks he needs to deal with. He's having a word now with Tarek Murad. Poku delivers. Oh, it's a backwards header that trickles out to Eric Dick. Luckily for the Rangers, there was no Rowdies players alert to it. And now misplayed in the back by the Rowdies. And here comes Vanacore Decker streaking forward into the box. Vanacore Decker step over. He's taken down.
And he wins a penalty for the Swope Park Rangers.
Well, there wasn't much to that, but there was a little shove, and I guess the referee decided it was a PK, but I'd like to see that again because it didn't really look like much there from Johnson, but, well, yeah, he's got his hand on his back and he's shoving him over, so, yeah, I can see that.
Malik Johnson couldn't believe it, but just on second look there.
Yeah, but it was silly, really, because he's going away from goal, and I'm pretty sure he's not predominantly left-footed, so really, if he got a shot off, you would think the keeper would probably bring a save there, so. And I think Johnson got booked.
He's on a yellow.
Ago, so I'm not sure if he's.
Didn't seem to get in the referee's mind to give him a second yellow there, so not any insult to the injury for Johnson, who's still shaking his head, but the penalty has been awarded. Vanacore Decker won it, and we'll see if he can convert here and pull maybe a bit of a lifeline back for the Rangers.
So the foul was careless, not reckless, and careless doesn't have to go with a card, reckless does, so it's just a silly, careless foul there that gives away a PK and not a yellow card. So here we go. This could make it interesting, make it 3-1 hopefully here, make a game of this last few minutes.
Vanacore Decker won the penalty. Oh, and it's saved by the keeper, but he smashes home the rebound. Vanacore Decker cuts the lead to 3-1.
Oh, I bet you he's really glad that ball came straight back to him. Let's have a look. I don't think it was the best of PKs. He just whacked it straight down the middle, and the keeper. And his second one's a really good finish. He just put his head down and whacked it, and he went straight at the keeper. Good save, and he caught the rebound and finished. 3-1. Let's see what happens from here. We've still got a good 18, 19 minutes left, so you just never know.
Vanacore Decker with his third goal of the season. He's cut the lead to 3-1 here for Tampa Bay. Macklin Robinson will be a little disappointed to lose his clean sheet, and he made the save on the penalty initially. rebound falls right to the taker. Rangers bench and fans not agreeing with this call. That will allow for a substitution here, and it'll be Malik Johnson who is on that yellow card, and he will be withdrawn for Puerto Rico international Sean Berry. Got the goal, his first as a Tampa Bay Rowdy, Malik Johnson.
It was a great goal, fantastic goal, and on his way off, he shook the referee's hand and said, yeah, I'm going to leave because I don't want to get another yellow. And another smart decision there by Coach Collins, taking off a player that's on a yellow. There's no need for him to get a red. Nudge in the back there from Tejada, and foul coming out.
Just caught there, Tejada has got a nudge in the back of Jake Davis. Alec under some pressure, leaves it back for Dick, and he'll just pop this one up into no man's land. Clever touch to Tejada. Colombia's done well to get back in, and did well for a second, and then just nipping in at the heels, and he fouls Tejada. Another free kick for the Rowdies. They'll take it short. Richards and Fernandez. Tejada now. Finds his way through to Poku. And clattering into the back is Akhmatov through the back of Oduro, and it's another foul high up the pitch for the Rowdies. Akhmatov didn't like it.
Yeah, just caught him in the back of the knee. Just went in there a little bit too quick, caught him on the back of the knee, and it's a foul. Nothing more than a foul.
Sore one, though, for Dominic Oduro. Former Man City Academy prospect, making his 16th start of the season. The Accra, Ghana native, been a metronome in midfield all year long for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Really complements Jan Ekra well. Those two, again, playing well in midfield today for Tampa Bay.
They've been solid in midfield, but let's be honest, they've been solid all over the field. Very, very well coached, well organized team, and they've got some top quality players. And probably the one that's most impressive for me today is Juan Tejada. I just think he's been absolutely fabulous for his first year in the league too.
Fernandez popping this one up towards the penalty spot. Smith's header is up in the air, and then just a wayward arm there, I think, from Pape Diakite towards the face of Graham Smith, and it's called by the referee. 15 minutes to go here. Tampa Bay leading 3-1. Juan Tejada opened the scoring. The header from a service by Jan Ekra. It's a foul on Quadwell Poku. And that will lead to a water break here as we have those 15 minutes left. Just do another recap here. Mentioned the Tejada goal to open things. Then he won a penalty from an errant Eric Dick pass, and that penalty was subsequently converted by Sebastian Guenzati for Tampa Bay to take a 2-0 lead into halftime. In the second half, goal scored wonderfully well by Malik Johnson, combining down the right-hand side. Here is that goal. Malik Johnson, his first as a Tampa Bay Rowdy after combining so wonderfully well with Sebastian Guenzati.
Absolute beauty that was. That's the goal of the game for me. Great little combination by the two, and then a good finish. It went through Dick's legs, but the pace on the shot was so fast that you can't blame Dick for that. That's just a tremendous finish.
That made it 3-0, and then on the other end, Malik Johnson fouling Vanderkoordekker in the penalty area. Vanderkoordekker had his penalty saved, then smashed home the rebound, so that's where we stand. 3-1 with just under 15 minutes to go, plus added time here as they take this hydration break on a hot and humid day in Kansas City. Still time for the Rangers to try and claw back in this one and try and get something out of this game.
Yeah, it depends what Nagamura wants to do. If he wants to go chase it, take some risks, Obviously, you take some risks, you open up at the back, and it could go to 4-1. So, yeah, and he's got a few changes he can make, but it's still an uphill battle to come and score 2 goals against a team that's only given up 11 goals all year.
They'll make an attacking substitution here as it's a fullback. Mark Segber's coming off, and he's replaced by Tyler Freeman, 16-year-old forward on loan from Sporting Kansas City, homegrown player for SKC out of Shawnee, Kansas, and a bright young prospect for U.S. youth international teams. Sporting Kansas City rate him highly. He'll come on here and try and make an impact in this, just his 5th appearance this season for the Swope Park Rangers. Smith does well under pressure from Tejada. Alak hoisting it forward to Akhmatov, who is undercut by Dominic Aduro. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop their local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Decker heading this one down, but it's well won by Aduro. Kuzain nips in, then Alak. Lapoku will pop away with the ball and tries to slot it in behind. Jake Davis was there to intercept as Tejada was streaking in towards goal.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted to do. There's just no gap between the 2 defenders. So cut out there, and opportunity goes amiss.
This time Kuzain a bit upset with himself as Tejada puts him under pressure, and it's played out of bounds for Tampa Bay Rowdies throw, and just a shin guard has popped out of Kuzain's socks there, so he'll run over and put that back in. And he clatters into Jan Ekra, and Kuzain has to be careful. He's on a yellow card.
There's a lot of little fouls going on there. I mean, they're not bad fouls, they're just fouls. No. And it's breaking up the game a little bit in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
We've got 19 fouls on Tampa Bay, 17 on Swope Park Rangers, according to our stats in stadium here.
But it's not been a dirty game. I think it's been a well-competed game, that's for sure, and that might be that stat. But I think it's been well fought, fairly clean. Just lots of little fouls here and there.
Fernandez in the area, just trying to shift it onto that left foot again, and this time Jake Davis was there to block that. Excuse me, that was Killian Columbi there to block that one away from Fernandez. Looks like Columbia's just filled in for right back after Mark Segbers was withdrawn for Tyler Freeman.
Felt like before Segbers left, like you said, Columbia was playing right back anyway.
Yep. Thrown in towards the 6, away by McKaylee. Richards up towards Diakite. He gets his head to it, but harmlessly up into the air, and Eric Dick can go and catch that with both hands. So we're into the 82nd minute now. Tampa Bay trying to go to 6-0-2 on the road this season, looking for their 39th point. About the halfway point. Alexander slotting this one forward, and just at the last second, Diakite able to stretch and get that away from Akhmatov, who had made a darting run through the center of the pitch. And McKaylee for Columbi. Rowdies just dropping a little deeper than they have been at the moment.
Yeah, that 3-5-2 is more like a 5-3-2 or 5-2-3 right now. You've got those outside wing backs that are just dropped back in and becoming almost left back and right back. So it's going to be even harder for them to break down.
We can see why they've only dropped 4 points from leading positions out of a possible 36 on the season. They know how to see games out and get results.
Yeah, it's closing time, and they're going to close this game down as much as they can here.
Alexander in for Alak. Exchange passes, go back now for Jake Davis.
And they're quite happy to let them have the ball, let them to knock it around, but they're not penetrating. They're going side to side with no real opportunity to get through the lines. So just solid defending by Tampa Bay.
And tough for the Rangers to make any inroads past the center line here. Davis asking for Vanaco, got it. Ball returned right back to Jake Davis.
Again, any pass that does penetrate is coming straight back to where it started again, so nothing's really going anywhere here, but they're making 18 to 20 passes every time, but unfortunately in this game they're 2 goals behind and they've got to penetrate to go forward.
Keeping the ball well, but all inside their own half here, Swope Park Rangers. Davis now looking for the run of Mbakele, and he's picked him out brilliantly. Mbakele charging into the area. Mbakele cuts it back, and it's off the line. Goalkeeper got a hand to it, and he puts a hand to his defender there in celebration of getting this one off the line.
Yeah, and that's the ball we talked about earlier, the big diagonal ball for one of the forwards to get. Unfortunately, when he got the ball, there was nobody with him. So he had to delay the ball coming into the box. By the time he delayed it, it was just too late and too acute of an angle to get a shot on goal. But great ball from Jake Davis, though.
Yeah, what a worldie that was. That huge diagonal from Jake Davis, who gets on the ball here again. It was a decent attempt, like you said, from a tough angle, and Mbakele beat the goalkeeper, was trickling towards the goal before Caleb Richards came over and hacked it off the line. Here's Mbakele. Oh, darting around a defender nicely. Cutting it towards the penalty area. Vanaco Decker, his header goes wide.
Yeah, it's a good effort there by Ethan Vanaco Decker, because the cross was driven in and it was slightly behind him. So he had to adjust his run. He just couldn't get around it enough to get it on target. But great play outside on the flanks there by Mbakele. Wish we could have seen a lot more of that today.
Been quiet for a lot of this game. Jerome Mbakele just turning on in the last few minutes here. Rangers trying to turn the screw here, trying to find something late on. Trailing by 3-1, time running out. There's a poor pass from Alexander. Alak was there to get in the way of that Poku pass forward, and then it's out of play here on the near side, and that will allow for the final substitution of the game, as Leo Fernandez will be withdrawn and David Najem will check in for his 12th appearance of the season for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
And Leo Fernandez, I thought, had a fantastic game, especially in the first half. The first half, we saw more deliveries from him. Second half, we've seen him more running at the fullback. So he has both parts of those game, and both parts of those skills to his game. So an extremely dangerous left-footed forward, and he's been a joy to watch today.
Najem, very much a defensive-minded player. He'll come in to try and solidify this 3-1 lead for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hussein forced back to the goalkeeper. And Eric Tick plays it up for Alexander. Tune in to ESPN3 on July 12th at 9 p.m. Central Time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer, when Tacoma Defiance invades the fortress that is Zions Bank Stadium to try and slow down a surging Real Monarchs side. It's Wednesday Night Soccer on a Friday. Tacoma Defiance, Real Monarchs. See it all July 12th at 9 p.m. Central on ESPN3. Ekra sprinting clear and trying to find Poku down the middle. Davis got a touch to it, but it pops again to Quadwell Poku. Now space on the right-hand side for Murad. Murad gets it back, slides it inside for Guenzati.
It's just tremendous ball movement, just pinging it around from player to player.
Tejada just dwelling on it a little bit, allowed Kuzain to nip in, and Rangers smash it out of play for a throw-in. Inside now, Ekra has plenty of space. He'll invite Murad forward. Exchanges passes. Again, good ball movement from the Rowdies. Left-hand side for Najee.
Just looks like a training session right now. They're allowed 2 touches, just ping it around until they get to the final third. Then they're allowed to take as many touches as they want. But it really has been a little bit of a clinic in the last 5-10 minutes of watching them just ping the ball around. It's a very, very well-coached team.
Smith did well to handle that. Pass zinged in at his feet. Now Davis will take some space on the left side. Oh, his pass is intercepted, and that's invited some attacking here from the Rowdies. Guenzati into the box, cutting it back on the left foot, and it's blocked away by Kuzain. Good recovery there by the central midfielder for the Swope Park Rangers.
Unfortunately, another turnover. No options available there for Jake Davis, really. He got caught with the ball, and then tremendous backtracking, recovering from Kuzain there to get a block on the shot.
Tyler Freeman getting a touch on the ball. We haven't really seen him since he came into the game. Akhmatov with his eyes up, slipping it through to Mbakeli. Into the 90th minute. Swope Park Rangers still trailing by 2 goals. Alexander cuts it back. Davis moving forward past the center stripe. Alak standing this one up for Mbakeli. Chests it down nicely to Akhmatov, who's going to cut it back on his right-hand side. Wants to get Columbia into the attack. And Mbakeli just strayed offside there as the final seconds of regular time tick away here at Children's Mercy Park. Hearing there's going to be 5 minutes added on here. Confirmation as the board goes up. 5 minutes for the Rangers to find 2 goals against one of the best defenses in the USL Championship.
Yeah, it's not looking good, is it?
Rowdies looking to go to 39 points here. They've done well at keeping the ball throughout stretches of the game when they wanted to.
Yeah, a lot of experience. They know when to keep it, when to go forward, when to penetrate. Very smart players, very well experienced team, and a very well coached team too.
Davis heads this one away. Columbia plays it off a defender. It'll be a throw for the Rangers.
Very smart, very experienced, but experience comes with age, and they are playing against, like you say, average age of 21 years old today. And that could be, you know, the difference in a lot of the games, just the experience of knowing how to close the game down, knowing when to slow it down, when to keep possession, when to go forward. And this Tampa Bay Rowdies team is a very, very experienced team indeed.
Well, 21 average age to start the game, and then they bring on a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old for the Swope Park Rangers.
So it's gone down, not up.
Down a little bit. They did bring on 23-year-old Killian Columbia, but I think that's been balanced out like you. I'm not exactly a math whiz, but very young side for the Swope Park Rangers this season as they try and gain valuable experience. Alexander for Alak. Here's Tyler Freeman again.
Good. Organize, open again, side.
It's been tough for him since coming into the game.
His problem is just trying to find the ball and trying to find those spaces to get in pockets where he can receive the ball, and he's hasn't really had the ball at his feet maybe 2 or 3 times. And there's not a lot you can do about that if you don't get the ball.
There he's been duped by some clever footwork by Tarek Murad. And now a curling ball in behind, looking for the run of Tejada. And Dick was able to stretch and get to that one. Akhmatov uses Vanacore Decker and now returns it to the center forward for the Rangers.
Been very impressed with Ethan Vanacore Decker's work tonight. He's made some extremely good runs in behind their back three. Hasn't always got the ball, but has a couple times and done very well. So his work ethic off and on the ball, I think, has been fabulous tonight. Most of the time he's been on his own. There's no question about that.
He does have the goal for the Rangers, converting second chance at a penalty after it was saved initially by Robinson. Alexander now poking this one in behind, and McKaylee will get there. Back for Alexander. Alak shifted over to the right-hand side. Columbi trying to find Vanacore Decker. It's off a Rowdies player. Oh, how about the calmness inside his own area from Murad. Goalkeeper just sending that one anywhere away from his goal. Akhmatov just behind Tyler Freeman there. And a foul. Poku, who's been tugged back. We're into the last minute here of added time. And the Rowdies looking like they will add a 6th road win to their resume on what has been an impressive season in 2019. Swope Park Rangers with the chance to rebound in 10 days as they host bottom of the table Hartford Athletic. Meanwhile, for the Rowdies, their next game is away to Pittsburgh Riverhounds next Saturday at 7 p.m. Giveaway by Tampa Bay, and now Freeman again. Cutting it back for Alak. Alexander's in some space. You hear Paulo Nagamura urging them forward, but it's a little too late for that as the referee blows his whistle for full time on this game. 3-1 the final score. Tampa Bay Rowdies getting all 3 points. Doug McClagan, what did you make of the performance here today from these two teams?
Well, they would, Tampa Bay Rowdies were just a little bit too much for the Swope Park Rangers. Too much experience, great ball work, great ball movement, some good finishing, and they're a fantastic team. Swope Park Rangers, I thought, did very, very well today. Unfortunately, broken down by a better team, but they put a lot of good effort, a lot of good work, had a couple of good chances too, but definitely the best team won today, no question about it.
Tampa Bay Rowdies get all 3 points here at Children's Mercy Park. 3-1 the final score as they beat the Swope Park Rangers. Stick with us as we'll be right back to wrap things up from Kansas City. full time here in Kansas City, Kansas. Tampa Bay Rowdies 3-1 victors over the Swope Park Rangers as they continue their impressive season, moving on to 39 points, the best in the USL Championship. Let's take a look at the final stats for this game between Tampa Bay Rowdies and Swope Park Rangers.
Well, the one that stands out again, we just talked about it, the shots, 9-8. It seems like the Rowdies had full control of this game, no question about it. And yet, it was as close as 9-8 on shots. And Swope Park Rangers had 6 on target compared to Rowdies 4. The other one we talked about at half-time too is possession. Swope Park Rangers more possession than the Rowdies, and yet I feel, and I think you feel the same, the Rowdies did control the tempo of the game and were definitely the better team. So some funny stats there, but maybe not a full explanation of the game.
Just a further example is maybe the numbers don't always tell the story, as Tampa Bay Rowdies with a very professional performance here, and they get all 3 points on the road against the Swope Park Rangers. Well, thanks for joining us on this Super Soccer Sunday. Go watch USA and Mexico now in the Gold Cup final as Tampa Bay 3-1 winners over the Swope Park Rangers. Thanks to producer Jordan Burrell, director TD Dan McCaffrey, replay Jason Riley, our wonderful camera ops Chris Wright, Keith McGuire, Paul Stokes, and Joey Reed, A1 Aaron Clark, the house A2 Nolan Woodford, graphics legend Kayla Manning, Jared Selig on the ones and twos of the video, and EIC Brad Zimmerman. For Doug McClagan in the booth, I'm Carter Augustine. Thanks again for watching. Final score, Tampa Bay 3, Swope Park Rangers 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.